Right guys, today I'm going to start off my videos with a bit of a biography of myself, alright? Now, I'm not famous yet, alright? I'm getting closer. I've got a long way to go, a long way to go, but I really feel very famous already. Not that I am or anything like that, but I feel I have the look, I feel I have the talent. I feel I'm very good at this job, if you want to call it that. I feel like it's really fun, so to me it doesn't feel like a job, but I feel very good at being a YouTuber. I feel very good at being an entertainer. I feel very good about what I offer to the world in at the present time, alright? And I feel that I'll be very good at offering all that I offer, and in this format, in this kind of entertainment industry, I feel very good at what I offer, and I feel that I will feel that way for a long time. Alright, now on that note, just to go back in my history, alright, sorry, my dental work, just to go back in my history, so I have had, when I was young, when I was very young, I was always treated well by my family. I had always been given the benefit of the doubt. I was very studious in school. I studied a lot, and I was very good at school. So let's say I was just very I would study more than most other people. For some reason, I wanted to do well, and this is in university. This is in high school and elementary school. I would study more, and I really had to study hard for some reason. But I was getting the top marks. It's probably getting the I had the in grade 12. I had the second highest marks in my class out of everybody in the whole class. And the first person in my class was a doctor. He's currently a doctor now. So I have 2 university degrees. So for me, being intelligent was something that was important to me. And so I'm really glad now that I have 2 university degrees, because right now I am, oh, and by the way, I am going to go back to school. I'm going to get a math degree. Once I get famous, I'm going to get a math degree, because I think school is very important. And even if you're famous, and even if you have a lot of money, and you should really go to school, because it's so important. And I think once I'm famous, I'm not even close to being famous. I have 330 subscribers roughly, which is decent in 10 months. It's pretty good. But, I probably won't need to go to school. I probably won't have any reason to go to school, but I like school. So I think if you're a celebrity, you should go to school to prove that you're not a stuck-up celebrity that can do anything they want and doesn't follow certain things, because you feel you're above it. I think school is important, and I want to give a good example. I'm going to probably get a 3rd degree in math, and I love school too. I don't think every celebrity even likes school, so why would they go to university if they don't want to? I don't think it's for everyone, but I love it. So to me, it's fun. I love learning. I really love learning. It's really good. And for some reason, whenever I'm in a math class, my art page gets better. For some reason, my art gets really good. I love working with mathematical problems. And then when I work with mathematical problems, my ability to draw gets much better. So, yeah, so that's kind of the gist of that. Now, so yes, when I was a child, I was very quiet and very shy. Like, this is when I was really young, and I kind of, we were kind of, I was also very spoiled as a child. I grew up in a family that wasn't very rich, but I always got the clothes that I wanted and things that I wanted, even though other members of the family weren't getting those things as often or even at all. So I was getting those things. I grew up in a family of 5 kids, and my parents always tried to make sure that I was happy. Now, I wasn't getting too many riches. I wasn't getting Christian Dior or anything like that, but I was getting more things than other people in my family were. and I was very lucky that way. I was probably taught later on in life though to work hard and earn things a lot later than other people because I was always given things, so I didn't really feel I had to do much, and I wasn't spoiled rotten or anything at all, not in any means, but by any means, but I was given more than a lot of other people were in my family, and I was given a lot of attention. So if there was anything wrong or there was ever a problem in my life, I was given a lot of attention for it, and I was made sure that I was spoiled. Now, my mom loved my dad. My dad was very, very good looking all his life. And my mom was also very, very good looking, but after having 5 kids, she gained weight. But she was very cute when she was overweight as well. But she was adorable. But my mom loved my dad, and so I think I looked exactly like my dad. And my dad was an entertainer all his life. He was a construction worker all his life. He still is now in his 80s, and I think that was the main reason why my mom wanted to make sure I had more than everybody else because I was like my dad. And so, I mean, there might be a bit of resentment with my family, but I mean, I get along with them well. We're grown up now. We don't really worry about that anymore. But I think I got a lot more than I was necessarily wanting to be given because of my parents, my mom loving my dad and thinking, this is the big son, the important son. I gotta make sure he has everything. I gotta make sure he's spoiled compared to everybody else. Now, it was something that I was able, and everything that was discussed in my family was, I mean, I got to discuss what I wanted to discuss. I got to be able to say what I wanted to say. There was always a time for me. I was always given time. I was always given extra money, even though we didn't have very much money. So I was always given that extra encouragement and making sure that I had what I needed. And so I felt very good about my parents, obviously, because I felt like I had a lot of things that other kids maybe weren't getting, even in my family. And so I was very lucky that way. Now, I mean, for my family, as far as my family goes, a lot of them grew up fast because they had to deal with, not getting as much early, and they had to also get good jobs because they were not necessarily, well, yeah, so get good jobs because they were given so little when they were younger. No, my family it wasn't like we were starving or anything like that, or we were homeless, nothing like that, but it was just that they were getting less and I was getting more. And so they learned at a younger age to do things for themselves and be independent right away because they didn't have the backup that I had. I was able to do things and not really necessarily work right away because I had all this stuff given to me. I have a very intelligent family, a very smart family. I'm not going to discuss my family really, but I'm just going to discuss brief points. But they were given. Oh yeah, so they're very intelligent. They're very smart. A lot of them, almost all my family has more education than I do, and I have 2 university degrees. So what does that tell you about my family? We're very hardworking. We like to work hard. We like to do. We're very kind as well. My whole family is a very kind family, and we're very friendly. We're very good to our friends for sure. We're very smart. We're very gifted in a lot of ways. I think my whole family has talents that many other people don't even have. So I have family members that are gorgeous as well. They're starting to get into the entertainment business as well too. So I'm very lucky to have that as well because I'm very happy to know that I have family that is going for their goals and strives for their goals. and is in the entertainment industry as well. Now, they may not be in the majorly into it, but they have some of my family members are either taking voice lessons or in dance recitals or things like that. So some of my family members are into that kind of thing as well. I'm very into it, for me, and this is just now stepping away from the family discussion. For me, this is something that I'm not really too focused on. This is secondary. All the YouTube stuff is secondary. Part of that is because I'm not getting paid yet. But I have a lot more views than a lot of people that are playing locally, that are performing locally, that even people that are performing at bars and nightclubs that have a Facebook page, that have all this stuff and they're performing. I'm getting way more views and way more subscribers than they are. Now, I only have 330, which is, for someone just spreading the word around and telling people and having it be heard about through someone else, it's decent. I mean, in 10 months, I would say that's pretty good. I want to speed it up and get a lot more, but I'm really happy with the fact that people are really receptive to my talents. I think people recognize that I'm really, really, really good and that I'm just so good that it's almost a given that I'll be famous. But, I mean, it's just something that I feel really good about. But anyway, I'll step away from the family discussion. So, so as a child, I was very, very shy, and I just didn't, my dad, he plays the accordion, he's a musician, right? So when I was just young, he put an accordion in my hand, and I didn't know what to do with it. I just kind of was like, oh, okay, and I kind of was like, I want to play, and I just left it, and then went to play. I think he really wanted me to be a performer, which I'm glad I am, because I think, about the fact that I don't consider myself a performer. Even though I do it all the time, I don't really think of myself that way. And maybe I never will, but I just do it in the studio and then leave it in the studio and talk to people about it, of course, but I don't really, it's sort of like an outside surreal lifestyle that I lead outside of, and persona that I have outside of my real life. Well, maybe part of that's because I'm working a job and a career, but a job, yes. So maybe that's part of it, but so my dad really wanted me to play the accordion, and then I didn't play the accordion. And then I had always, I had started drawing since I was 5 years old, so Mateo Fantasy Art and Illustration was there as well. Now being a musician was something that I consider myself, it's funny because I don't really, even though I sing and dance and I'm really, really good at it, and I could probably sell records and I'm probably going to be a famous YouTuber and all that, I don't really consider myself an entertainer because I just don't. I've never really thought of myself that way. It's kind of like an outside thing where you just sort of like, you just are, and you don't really focus on it too much. So anyway, I started drawing at 5 years old, and I was very, very good at it then too. I just picked it up very quickly. My dad's also a good artist as well. I was very good at drawing, and nobody really kind of, when you're young, people just say things you don't really, I wasn't like, I'm a prodigy, my dad's famous, I'm going to do really well. I just kind of lived. I didn't really focus on whether I was going to get attention or not for something, or whether I was super talented, or whether I was very lucky because unlike Britney Spears, as a child, I was just a child. I wasn't a singer, I wasn't a model, I wasn't a dancer, I wasn't any of those things. So I was able to be myself and really, really be able to live with people and not consider myself extraordinary and above. And I was able to be very comfortable as a child. And I was also spoiled by my friends. Everybody thought I was perfect, so whenever we would play games like superhero games or something like that, I was always the one that was like the perfect superhero, the good-looking superhero, you know. So I was always very lucky because I was able to live a childhood normally, and I really enjoyed my childhood. I really had a fun time with it. I felt very good about playing and just being a kid, you know. But yeah. So anyway, um, yeah. So what was I going to mention? I was going to mention that. Okay. So yeah, I started drawing at 5. Now I have performed. I have been a performer at a dance theater. I was in Hispanic dance. I did a Hispanic number with a partner. Her name was Gloria. I haven't seen her in a while. I hope she's doing well, but I'm sure she is. Yeah, so Gloria, she was a really nice partner. I think she was married to someone there, but I think her partner was somebody that danced with us as well. But they were a cute couple, so I danced with her, and she was very good. She was very good at what she did. My friends were always like, "You're the best looking one here," and I was very, very good looking. Even in high school, in grade 12, I was like so gorgeous. Even though I was 18, I looked like a guy, like a real man. I was very good looking almost all my life. I think in 1 year, I wasn't good looking. It was grade 7. I was very, very skinny, and some people might have thought I was good looking then too, or adorable at least. But yes, in grade 7, I was too skinny. But every other year of my life, I've pretty much been good looking. Maybe 1 or 2 years where I was kind of chubbier, but nothing bad. Like I was always really, really good looking. Even as a chubby person, I look very, very good. You might see some of my videos on YouTube where I'm chubby. I have some videos here on YouTube. I'm not sure how to find them for searching. Maybe you can go back. If you do a search for my beginning videos, you'll see when I'm chubby. So do a timeline thing, and then check out the beginning videos, and you'll see that I was chubby. But yeah, so I look good chubby anyway. But I love how I look now. But yeah, so yes, so when I was growing up, I loved music very much. I would always put Madonna on very loud and sing it very loud. And my mama hated Madonna. She couldn't stand Madonna. But I always put the music up really loud, and I always danced to it and sang to it. So even though I wasn't a star, and I never considered myself to be a star or to try to be a star ever. I was not. That was something that didn't come to mind. I never really focused on it. Yes, I thought I could be a model. Yes, I thought I could. I did mention to one friend 1 year that I wanted to be a singer, and I sang to her, and she's like, "Oh, well, that's good. You know, you should follow your dreams." And my sister was always good about telling me to follow my dreams in Hollywood. I wanted to do certain shows, and she was like, "Apply, audition." You know, but I was really nervous. So to me, to do those things was kind of like not really happening. Even if I got in, it would be a total mess. So anyway, I ended up uh, uh, going to Toronto. I moved to Toronto for 4 years, and I didn't really even consider acting, singing, dancing, modeling, or anything like that. I was just taking courses out of college. I was not focused on that at all. So when I went to Toronto, I did apply to one modeling agency, and I showed the guy, the recruiter, the picture of me, and he's like, "You are very photogenic. You take pictures very, very well. You look really, really good. So I'm going to let you know, though, that there's 4 people competing, and you are one of the 4. Well, there's more than 4, but you got in the top 4. Now, he did say that there's 1 short guy and 2 tall guys. So the 2 tall guys got in automatically, and the 1 short guy and me were competing. Now, I was so nervous at that time. It was very sad. I was really shaken up, and the woman at the modeling agency that was receptionist, she was so pretty, and I was like, "Oh my god." So then I ended up not making it. I got 4th place. They were like, you're good looking, you take pictures, and you know, if I would have seen the models there, I'm pretty sure I would have been the top. I'm pretty sure I would have been the one that was picked. If I wasn't nervous, I think I would have been picked for sure. I was just so nervous. It was ridiculous, actually. So then I wasn't picked. And then I was like, well, then I kind of just gave up on it. And throughout my time in Toronto, I finished college to get part of my second degree. I finished college, and then I was like, okay, I finished college. What am I gonna do now? All right. So then I ended up moving back to Winnipeg and just working lots. I tried working lots. I'm not working as much now, but I started working quite a few hours, and I'm very energetic and very healthy. So to me, working a lot of hours doesn't bother me. So I was just working. I ended up, and then people in Toronto, the one thing that I learned in Toronto about entertainment was Lady Gaga was a really inspiring person to me. She really inspired me. And then also what I learned was that people were telling me about YouTube and Kijiji. So I ended up, and I was like, this is cool, people in Toronto are very nice. They're telling me all this stuff about YouTube and Kijiji. Okay, so I'm going to look them up and see what they offer me. So I got a job as an extra in Hollywood on Kijiji. And surprisingly, you can get a job as an extra in Hollywood on Kijiji. So I got a job as an extra in Hollywood on Kijiji. And I was in a movie with Rob Lowe. Now, I was so nervous as well. So then I didn't really end up getting picked for anything further. And I was kind of like, well, this is, Rob Lowe. Rob Lowe's not as good looking as I kind of want a celebrity to be, but he's good looking enough. But yeah, so I didn't get to go further into the industry. Not that I wasn't chosen. I could have been an extra again. It was just that I didn't really get picked to be in movies or anything like that. But I was like, and some people like Lady Gaga get picked afterwards. They failed miserably over and over again, and they didn't get in, and then they got in. So Lady Gaga did The Star Is Born, and of course she's famous now. But she's been famous for a while, but as a singer. But anyway, so yes, so some people do it later, some people do it right away. Who knows, right? Okay, so yes, I got a job as an extra, and so I was trying a little bit more to get in. I ended up being someone that, so then I got the job as an extra, yes, and then I did some modeling as well. I got into a modeling agency. So that was what Kijiji did for me. So I got into modeling agency, I got into as a job as an extra. And then I stopped the extra work, and then I ended up being a model. Okay, so I was a model, even though I was overweight at the time. They liked my face enough, they hired me as a model. And now I'm getting more work as a model because I have a nice face and a nice body now. So they had liked my work, so they gave me the job when I was chubbier. And now I'm very glad about the agency because they gave me an opportunity to be a model even though I was bigger. So I was very happy about that. Very nice people. So yes, and it's an American company, so I'm very grateful. So yes, then I got a job as a model. Then I was like, well, let me try this YouTube thing. Let me see how this YouTube thing works. And then I ended up trying YouTube, and I really got into performing on there. I really love performing. I love performing so much, so I ended up performing in Speedos for a long time. And then they ended up performing in bodybuilder posing wear. And then, of course, YouTube was community guidelines. They didn't like it, which that may change. Maybe they'll change it later, but they didn't like it, so I got my channel canceled. I had so many videos, but they canceled my channel, and I was like, oh no. It was really frustrating because I really spent a lot of time on it, and I was really, really good. And it looked really, really good. I had a really good body and everything, but YouTube doesn't allow it now. They may allow it later, but right now that's a no-no. So then I was like, oh darn, okay. So then Vimeo came along, and I put those videos up on Vimeo, and Vimeo doesn't allow covers, so I got banned on Vimeo for doing covers. Even though I was allowed to wear the sexy outfits that I was wearing, I was banned on Vimeo. So then I was like, oh no, I spent a lot of time putting videos up on there. So then now I have this YouTube channel, and it's solid. That YouTube felt bad about banning channels, not banning, but canceling channels, and felt bad, and they allow covers now, which is phenomenal, love it. So they felt bad about it, so they went easier on people, and they had a warning system that really worked well. They had something in place that made people feel they had at least a lot of warning. Because before I didn't really know what was going on. I didn't really have much of a sense of what I was doing. So whenever I put up a video, it's not like I can ask someone on YouTube, can I do this? Is this okay? You know, no one on YouTube is around unless you're famous. You don't know these people, right? So you can't just ask someone, is this allowed? And it's your first channel, you don't know what's going on. So you just deal with the banning, or not the banning, but the fact that your channel gets cancelled. So my channel got cancelled, and then and my channel is still there actually. So if they do change the rules, they may bring back the channel. I'm hoping, I really hope so. I really like that channel. I was so good. But yeah, so and then I can add more videos like that, which I think everybody loves. But yeah, so that happened, and then I was kind of like, well, so yeah, so YouTube I learned through people in Toronto and then watching Lady Gaga. I was like, Lady Gaga is a real inspiration. Now growing up, Madonna was my inspiration. She was the only woman that was like her. No one else was risque. No one else was trying to be. No one else tried to be a talent that was that sexualized in a way that was artsy as well. So you know, she was very, very good at what she did because she was super popular, and people really gravitated towards that. And it was kind of like, well, she didn't really do it in a way that was bad because for some reason it was so artistically done that she got away with it. But for me, I was like in heaven because I'm like, this artist is so good. She's so entertaining. She's awesome. So I'm like, this is really good. I'm learning a lot from her. I feel really inspired. But none of her stuff ever got me to actually perform. But when Lady Gaga, well, I did perform, but not to the extent I'm performing now. I performed a lot more in all kinds of costumes, all that. But so then when Gaga came along, Lady Gaga, I started. I mean, she was always talking about how she got rejected a lot of times. She had dealt with people being rude to her, or just being, not necessarily that, but she had always dealt with people being like she wasn't good enough. She always dealt with people being like, oh, she's copying Madonna, which I didn't really think much of that she was, but she always had something where she was always mentioning that she tried and tried and tried. She always mentioned being kind. She was always very good at that kind of stuff. So when I saw Bad Romance and I started interviews, I was like, yes, this is what I want to do. So I started performing, and the first song I performed was Lady Gaga, Bad Romance. So I really love that song. That's one of my favorite songs. And so I performed that. And then I think I had 1,900 views on that song before my channel got cancelled, my original channel. And so I had done that well. I was doing really well with that. And then so I performed that song, and I did it very, very well, of course. So Lady Gaga was the reason why I performed on YouTube, because she was so good and she was like Madonna. It was like, okay, Madonna taught me growing up that I love being a singer. I always sang her songs really loud. I always focused on Madonna. She was one of my favorites. She was the woman of the industry. She was the only woman of her time to be like her. When we were younger, that was all we had. So it was not that there wasn't anybody else, but she was the best one. So now there's a lot of good artists that you can also choose to like as well. A lot of good female artists. So so when Gaga came along, I was really like, yes, this is what I want to do. Yes, this is who I want to be. I want to be Marco. I want to be Marco. So I totally got into it then. And ever since then, Ever since then, I really love performing and really love getting into costumes and all that, and really love to perform, just perform in general. I've really got into performing. So, Lady Gaga, thank you very much, and Madonna, of course, thank you. So another reason why those two were inspiring to me is because I'm a lot like those two artists as a guy. I'm very similar to Madonna, very similar to Gaga as a guy. So when I sing their songs, I'm very close to what they're like. I'm similar to Britney, I'm similar to all those girls. But as a guy, of course. So yes, anyway, I'm a YouTuber. I want to be famous. I think I have a good shot at it. I feel really talented and gifted at what I do. I feel like a star. I totally feel like a star already. I don't think anyone can convince me that I'm not a star, even though I'm not really. I have, and the thing is, I have a lot of views, and not a lot, but I have 7,600 videos. So obviously, in those, with that amount of views, you're not going to get a ton of, you're not going to, with that amount of videos, I mean, you're not going to get a ton of views, because you have so many videos to choose from. If people look at your videos a million times, well, that's spread over the entire collection of 7,600 videos, or 7,700 videos, so no one's going to know that he's got a lot of views because he's got so many videos. So, but I think that's a good move on my part. I think it's really good to have a lot of variety. You want someone's channel, when they subscribe, they want to have something interesting to look at. So they want a lot of variety. They want a ton of variety. So here I am. I'm Marco DC. I feel very gifted at being who I am. I feel very lucky to have the family that I have as well. My family is a very good family. I'm very blessed to have such a great family. They're awesome. My family is really nice. My family is very talented as well. And maybe you'll see some of them, you'll see some of them come up in the spotlight as well. We're like the Kardashians, but better. No, just kidding. No, but I don't think the Kardashians look all that great, but they do look good for sure. But I think a lot of my family looks better. But yeah, so I'm very, very good looking for sure. I think if there's something about my talent that's going to be something that's going to make it a lot easier for me, I think my looks is going to make it a lot easier for me. I feel very at an advantage because I look so good. I think a lot of people can't, in Hollywood even, a lot of people don't look nearly as good as I do. And I do it all naturally. I don't smoke, I don't do drugs, I don't drink alcohol, and I don't even drink coffee. So that's pretty amazing. I diet and exercise as well. I've never had plastic surgery. Now I think if you like any of those things and you feel they're healthy and you want to do those things, by all means go ahead. Now, if you're really, really, really good looking without plastic surgery, I think you should really think about it, but if you want to, no one's stopping you, right? But for me, I'm very grateful for who I am, what I look like. I'm very blessed about what I look like. I feel like a star, even if nobody told me, even if nobody ever said anything to me, I feel like a major star. But with that being said, so going back to the comment about the fact that I don't do any of those things, I'm very, very healthy. I'm very, very, very healthy, extremely healthy. So because of that, I can do videos all day long. I can spend a lot of time on these things. And I'm very talented for that reason. I'm very lucky to be that way. I'm super stoked about what my channel will bring to you guys. Okay, so yes, and my artwork as well, if you want to check out my artwork, Matteo, Matteo, Fantasy Art and Illustration. I'm very happy about what I offer to you guys as an entertainer. I think it's rare to meet someone like me. You'd be very hard-pressed to see someone that's very good looking like this. But people, I roam around the earth, people see me. So, yes, but I'm very rare in terms of my beauty, my handsomeness. very rare. But yes, so anyway, that's a bit. I may do more biographies. I may do more things about like this. I think this is really fun. I really think it's awesome to. Yeah, I think it's awesome to have a YouTube channel and to do things like this. So this biography is really fun. Talking about myself, autobiography. Is it autobiography? I'm not sure. I think it's. I think an autobiography is when you do the biography yourself, and then a biography is just someone else that does the. I'm not sure. I forget. I could look it up easily, but I just won't bother. It's either a biography or autobiography, or both. I'm not sure. But yeah, so you can totally enjoy my stuff. Now, I'm very, as a person, I'm very. Now, you're probably wondering, yeah. So as a person, you're probably wondering, how come this guy is so good? Like, where does this guy get his ability to be so good? Like, you're probably wondering, he's got 7,600 videos, and almost all of them are amazing. He's in great shape. He takes really good care of himself. And he sings really well. He dances really well. He looks good as Melina. He's like a superstar. He's like a whole package. You're probably wondering, and he looks like a supermodel, both as a guy and a girl. So you're probably wondering, how does it happen? It's so rare. How does someone get that many good genes? How does someone have that kind of work ethic? How does someone really do that well? You're probably wondering, how? Well, if you saw my parents, you would know exactly why I'm like this. My mother had a very good work ethic. She was growing up when she was younger, she worked on a farm, and she was very hardworking. She was super thin when she was younger. She was 92 pounds when she was younger. And she was gorgeous. She was like the best looking woman on earth. She probably looks better than, she looks better, the women in my life and the men in my life that I met in Toronto and that I still know in Winnipeg are gorgeous. Like they're runway models. They look like stars. All my friends look like stars. But yes, so my mother was very, very beautiful and very hardworking. My mom had a very good moral sense as well. For her, it wasn't enough to be, a loving mother and a loving wife to my dad. It wasn't enough for her. She wanted to be a good person. She wanted to show she cared. She was such a great mom. She was so good to everyone. Everybody loved her. She was so beautiful. She was so nice. She was the sweetest lady ever. She didn't know much English, and she was very foreign, but she was such a sweet woman. She always taught me to go work hard in school and do a good job in school. She's like, you need school. School is important. And I'm very grateful that she did teach me that. She taught my whole family that. So very grateful to have a mom that would spend time to make sure that we all did well in school. My whole family has more than one degree almost. Almost all my family. I think one sister of mine has one degree, but I have one college diploma, but everybody else in my family has at least 2 degrees, and prestigious ones, or they have 3 degrees or advanced level education. So my whole family is very gifted. So yes, and that was my mom. And my dad was very, very handsome. He was a good-looking entertainer. He still is handsome now, really handsome in his 80s. And he performs, and he still does construction. So that with those kind of genetics, you can't go wrong, right? Right? You can't go wrong, right? Right? So yeah, I'm very lucky. And to me, it's not enough to be really, really good at what I do. It's not enough to make sure my fans are totally satisfied. I have to go above and beyond. I have to make sure my fans really feel that I offer something. It's not enough to be like, okay, I've done 7,700 videos that are really good. No, I need to do more. Because my fans deserve a channel with a lot of variety. They need to be able to see more and more of what they want. They need to be able to see someone that is good looking, that offers a lot more than just one video. They need to see someone that is a chameleon in clothing, in disguise, and costumes. They need to see someone that wears uniforms and leather. They need to see someone that wears sunglasses and masks. They need to see someone that has body paint and face paint on the upper body. They need to see people that are that do like SWAT team and cop stuff. They need to see someone that does firefighter stuff. They need to see someone that's a cowboy. They need to see someone that dresses up as the hottest supermodel female in the world. They need to see all that on one channel. Why would you want to look all over the place? Now, I totally think that all celebrities are valuable in terms of their entertainment. I think everybody's valuable as a person, but I think in terms of celebrities being entertainers, I really believe that all of them are valuable. Even the one that's getting the worst rap, or the one that's not. Well, obviously, if they're doing something illegal, that's not good. But if you're an entertainer, and for some reason you get over 1 million views because of your gifts and talents, then I believe you should be watched. Okay, well, I don't think everybody should like every celebrity, but I think every celebrity should be watched by someone at some point, and they are because they've got 1 million views. But yeah, so I think that even though I'm the bee's knees and I'm the best thing that ever happened, I think that you need variety. So if you love only me, I'm very happy and grateful, and you can only love only me. But I think it's good to have a variety of celebrities to watch. Now, not to say that I think that I would mind if you just watched me all the time and focused on me only. I don't mind that at all. I'm just saying that, variety is the spice of life. Variety is the key. But so I have enough variety that if you wanted to just watch me, you could. But yeah, so I think it's important that you have more entertainment and more choice. Now, saying that, I think I offer so much and I have so much variety that it's not like I have. You can watch my channel more often than others because you see, yes, I have a lot of variety. Yes, I am someone that offers a lot. I have so much to offer. It's crazy, almost. It's really ridiculous. I saw a Bradley Cooper interview, and he's like, and I think the guy that was interviewing him, I forget what his name is. But he's like talking to Bradley Cooper, and he's like, save something for the rest of us, man. So, some people are like very talented like myself, and I have to make sure I save something for you guys. Now, that being said, I have a lot of talented, famous people that are watching my channel and love it. They think it's really, really good. They think it's awesome. So very grateful to that. I'm very happy about that. I have a lot of people that are viewing my channel that are like stars themselves. And that comes with the territory. As soon as you get more views, more and more views, you're going to get people that are watching that are prestigious, people that are wealthy, people that are doctors, lawyers, entertainers, even top entertainers. That comes with the territory. Obviously, if I have 1 million views, I'm pretty sure Mariah Carey is going to watch my videos. But yes, it's kind of like yes. So anyway, speaking about, sorry, I'm trying to go back to what I was thinking there. I was saying there. Yeah. So I do think that it's important that you stick to what you do provide a lot of variety, because if you make your channel something that doesn't provide variety, it can be watched a lot. Some people probably have one video that gets watched millions of times, and they're doing better than me, obviously. But I really feel that variety is totally something that I want to encourage my viewers to enjoy. I want to encourage people that are my fans to be like, yes, he offers so much. I undoubtedly, I totally want to watch his channel all day long. So, you guys are great. You guys are fun. You guys know how to pick out a good entertainer. You guys really like someone like me, and I can see why. Now, just before I let you guys go and sort of like end off this biography here, this biography, I'm going to mention that my talents, my different talents, just so you guys leave off knowing, yes, this is why he's going to be one of the best in the world and one of the top paid. So my talents include motivational speeches. So I always try to encourage people to, even if you're unattractive, even if you have nothing to offer, even if you're lazy, even if you have no talent whatsoever, to have a YouTube channel. I always encourage that. Or to be able to try to have some kind of social media where you're trying to be famous. If you can accept fame and if you can deal with it, then I really feel you should do that. Because you never know, you might have one video that goes viral and you become rich just because of it. Okay, I really recommend that. Okay, and that's my motivational speech. Then I have dieting tips and exercising tips for free. One of my dieting tips videos talks about fasting and it gets cut off. So I didn't mean to get it cut off. But I have other dieting tips videos that talk about my diet, what I do to be this thin and to be this good looking and this healthy. That's what I talk about in my video. Okay, so my video is dieting tips. Okay, then I have memes. My memes are very creative, they're very funny. They're either very serious or very funny, or talk about how sexy I am in a YouTube allowed kind of community guidelines kind of way. They talk about how I'm going to conquer the world, different things like that. So different memes that are really positive, really funny, really good pieces of art. I talk about them, they're fun, they're really good. Then I have slam poetry. Slam poetry is something that a lot of people that like wording and like phrasing like a lot. They don't really like songs. They prefer sentences and phrases that are kind of like very creative, very well done, very passionate. They like that kind of stuff, okay? So that's something that I also do. So that's 5 so far. Then I do cover songs, okay? So cover songs. So I do songs like Mariah Carey. I do songs like Katy Perry. I do songs like Red Hot Chili Peppers. I do songs like Tina Turner. I do songs like Cascada. I do songs like Gina G, J Balvin, BB Rexa. I do songs like Kesha. I do songs like Madonna, Lady Gaga. I do songs like Britney. I do songs like anyone you can think of. I have 6,500 covers, alright? I think, let me just think for a minute. Yeah, 6,500 covers. So any song you virtually think of, it could be a song that's not even a top 40 song and I might have done it. So you be the judge of whether you think it's good, but I think it's really, really good, and you'll love it. If you're watching this biography, you probably saw some of my videos, and you're like, wow, that's good. So anyway, give me likes, give me thumbs up, give me comments, give me requests, give me subscribe, of course, and all that. Okay, so that's that. Then I do original tracks as well, original songs that I wrote and that I sing myself, that I produce myself. All of it's done by me, very pleased. They're very good. Some of my songs are doing better than my covers, alright, which I'm very happy about. Then I have some modeling, shredding, posing videos as Marco, myself, as a guy, as the good-looking guy you see before you. Then all those 3 things, so that's 11 talents so far, Melina does those exact things. And Melina is the woman that I dress up as that looks like a total supermodel. She's so gorgeous, she looks so amazing. All my female friends look like her because she's so pretty and all my female friends are so gorgeous. Of course, she looks like a real woman. You wouldn't be able to tell that I'm Melina. It's really hard to tell, alright? You'd be very surprised once you see her that you'd be like, whoa, this is for real? Like, no way. You're like, oh my god, this guy looks really good as a guy and as a woman. This has gotta be, you gotta be kidding me. So yes, that's 11 talents right there. There's probably other ones as well, alright? So very, very grateful that I'm that good. And just to end off, I'm going to end off on one more thing. Just to talk about one more thing. So, well, maybe a couple things. So I'm very competitive, obviously. I wouldn't be doing all the stuff that I do because if I wasn't competitive, alright? But I'm very competitive, and that is a good thing. And I'm in a healthy way. I think if you're competitive, you shouldn't be overly competitive in a negative way that harms you. I think you should really embrace friendly competition and also be, happy that you're competing with yourself mostly is the best thing, of course. But if you're beating everybody else, competing with yourself is always a good thing. All right, so I'm competitive, and so the one thing I was going to end off on, I was going to say something about. Oh, I can't remember what I was going to say. Darn it! Darn it! Darn it! Okay, well, so yeah, so this is pretty much the biography in a nutshell. I forgot what I was going to say, but don't worry, it'll probably come to mind and I'll add an addition to. No, I won't. Don't worry. So that's kind of like my life. I'm probably going to do more biographies. I just wanted to experiment, see what you guys thought of this one. So you guys got a little bit of a sense of what I was like growing up and what I really enjoyed growing up and what I really felt propelled me to fame and all that. Now, and like I said, I'm not famous yet, alright? You might think I'm famous because I look really, really good and I sing super well and I dance really well. But I'm actually not famous, alright, surprisingly. But yes, so I'm very, so I'm very lucky to be who I am. And yes, I will be performing covers today and I will be doing all that. But yes, so those are my 12 talents, or 11, 12 talents, 10 talents that I have, okay? So so you saw my biography. That's kind of like what I'm like. I'm just very, and part of it was because I was always treated like the best. When you have people that are always surrounding you that are like, you play the good looking role, you do this, you make sure that when we do a dance recital that you're the best looking one. You make sure that, I always got that. I always got that. Even when I was chubbier, I always was considered very good looking. Even in grade 7, for some reason grade 7 was not my year, but it was a blur now. I don't really remember too much about it. But in grade 7 I was really, really skinny, like super skinny. I barely ate anything. It was funny. But yes, I was very, and that was the only year that I probably looked bad. Every other year I looked pretty good. And I was just a kid. But I mean, but yeah, so I'm very, so I think if you saw my grade 12 photo, you'd be like, oh my God, this kid, this 18-year-old kid is like so surprisingly better than everybody in the world, looks-wise. And at 18, I think you're too young to do anything really, but some people really surprise us and do amazing things at 18, of course. But yes, so I'm very happy about what I offer as an entertainer. I really feel gifted and blessed. And part of it, now my family is very good. They're very good at what they do. They're very encouraging of my talents as well. My sister has always been very supportive of what I wanted to do in Hollywood and all that. And my family's just a very good family. Now, we're all grown up now. We're all independent. We're all kind of on our own. But I'm 40 now, so yes. So we're a very good family. We're very talented at what we do. I would have to say my family is one of the best families in the world in terms of what genetics we got and what skills we got and what looks we have. We're very, very lucky as a family. But yes, so in general. So yes, so I think so that's my biography. Now I've always been very driven. It's just the direction that I put the drive towards, or the things that I thrive at the most that I didn't really put any effort towards. But now this is what I'm putting my effort towards, and because my dad has been in the unit for so long, and he still is, I'm not going anywhere. Basically, I'm gonna stay. All right. So hopefully you like that. I think you do, but. If you're someone that doesn't like me, then I guess unfortunately for you, I'm gonna be around for a long time. But I'm sure there's a lot of people that love me. I feel very happy about the people that love me. And there's some people that are like, I want you to be famous forever, and I'm like, yes, I will be. Don't worry. But yes, I'm very lucky to be who I am, and I'm very thankful that I can do this. For a long time, there were things that I didn't try. I didn't try modeling I did try modeling when I was 18 as well. And I did try taking ballet classes, but that didn't turn out so well. But there was one woman in the modeling agency that was like, yes, you look like a model. You're very good looking, but for some reason I didn't get the job. I think it was because I wasn't tall enough, and the agency only hired tall people. So yes, so I'm very, very blessed to be who I am now, and I'm very blessed to be in a time and age where people are self-proclaimed celebrities and make their start on their own because of YouTube, and people like Justin Bieber that made it on YouTube and how they got their start as well. Because of YouTube, I'm very lucky to have that. That's something that you can't, I don't need to worry about getting a record label. I don't need to worry about finding, taking my luggage and going door to door at like record labels or different producers and being like, am I good enough? Am I good enough? And then being turned down and being turned down. You don't have to worry about that with YouTube. You can be self-proclaimed a celebrity. You can start on your own. You don't need to focus on people saying no to you all the time, and then having the few opportunities that you have in a place like Winnipeg, where this is getting better. But if you just had to rely on getting a record deal with someone, or becoming an actor through someone here, it would just be insane. You have no opportunity. But because you're able to do it on something like YouTube, where everyone in the world could see it, and they decide for you your fate as an entertainer, as a famous person, then you're very lucky to have that. So I'm very grateful to YouTube for sure. If it wasn't for YouTube, I think I'm a nobody still, but I'm getting there. I'm getting more famous, but because of YouTube and the things that they offer, I have much more of I have an opportunity, not just much more. I have an opportunity to be famous, which is great. I'm very appreciative of that. So anyway, that's a wrap for my biography. Now, an autobiography, whatever you want to call it. I should look up the term, but I'm not going to. I'll let you see for yourself what the definition. You guys probably already know the definition, but I'm very intelligent, but for some reason I just don't know that. Anyway, so I think this is an autobiography. What I'll do when I'm putting the title on, I'll check to see if what an autobiography and biography is, the difference. I think this is actually an autobiography because I'm doing it myself. So yes, I'm pretty sure the definition is autobiography from what I'm doing here. A documentary as well. But yes, not memoirs, because I don't think I'm old enough to write memoirs yet. But yes, so that's the end of the documentary. That's the beginning of a star's life. That's the beginning of someone that's so driven and so competitive, but in a way that's very thriving for himself. I'm going to be up and coming. I'm going to be a star. I know it. I just know it. Alright, thank you guys. Okay, and one more hat to show you. One more hat. Alright. Take a look at that. Alright. Look at that. Alright. Thank you guys. Thank you. Please tell everyone in the world about me. Please get everyone to subscribe. Please make sure that everyone knows about me by the end of the week. No, I'm just kidding. Alright. I think one day it'll just blow up. My channel will be surprisingly, it's got decent views now. I'm doing better than people that are bodybuilders. I'm doing better than people that I know that are entertainers. But I need to get that oomph to start getting paid and get really great start and get really into the actual being a real YouTuber. But yeah, so alright, so on that note, I want to thank you all. I think I'm going to be the best YouTuber in the world, and I really believe that my success is going to blow up at some point. I'm going to be a superstar in one day. I think it's going to happen very soon. Not sure when. I think people are going to be like, yes, this guy is gifted. Yes, this guy is super talented. Yes, this guy is amazing. I watch TV. Everyone sucks in comparison. No, I'm just kidding. So yes. So anyway, I'm very lucky to be who I am, and I really like how celebrities have always inspired me as well. I grew up watching TV, listening to music, and I feel very blessed that we are allowed to have that as something to dream of. We are allowed to have that as something to focus on. We are allowed to have that as something to strive for. If you aren't allowed to do that, or you have no means then I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry, that's really difficult, obviously. But if you are someone that can dream and take your dreams further, then yes, very happy for you. And a lot of people, luckily in Canada, are able to. Not everybody, unfortunately. We have to help those people that are suffering, that are not able to do things that like other people can, like we can. But we have to help those people, of course. But for the most part, if you have the means, obviously, if you can't help them, that's fine. But yes, my goal, and yes, so just also to end off, what I want to do as well is help homeless people and people that are disabled, different types of people, help them out when they get famous. I want to sort of, especially and I think now the way that I want to help the homeless is sort of like choose some people that are homeless, that are people that didn't mean to be homeless, or didn't, nobody means to be homeless, but people that just got there without even doing it on purpose, that were like just unfortunately dealing with that, and they were really struggling, and they ended up getting that way, and they really had no hope, and they fell through the cracks. Basically, they were hardworking people, maybe immigrants that didn't know the language super well, someone that just wasn't able to pick up and move up in the world, and they fell behind. That's the kind of person that I want to help. All right, someone like that. So ending on that note, keep watching, love my channel. I offer a lot of variety, so this is a brand new thing. Maybe it's my 12th or 13th talent, who knows. You are seeing a biography, an autobiography from Marco for the first time, a documentary. I really hope you enjoyed that. Thank you. Okay, bye.